We're going on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Brittany Campbell, 173616. And counsel, your appearance, please.
Good morning, Judge. Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Ms. Campbell. Ms. Campbell, would you please state your name for the record?
Brittany Campbell.
Okay, and so today's the date scheduled for a probation violation. Ms. Campbell was sentenced on May 7th to 12 months probation under HIDA, and it's alleged on May 20th and June 12th that she tested positive for alcohol in violation of her terms of probation. And counsel?
Yes, Judge. I had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Campbell regarding these allegations, and at this time we are prepared to waive any sort of contested hearing and enter a guilty plea on her behalf.
All right, ma'am, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm? Ms. Campbell, can you please raise your right hand? Your other right hand, please. Okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this man to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You heard the allegations that were placed on the record, correct?
Yes.
As to those allegations, ma'am, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And you've gone over your advice of rights for probation violation purposes with your attorney, is that correct?
Yes.
And you understand all of those rights?
Yes.
You also understand by entering into a plea, you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your right to a contested hearing?
Yes.
And you also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea?
Yes.
The recommendation in this matter is for you to serve 5 days jail, 30 days on the alcohol tether after you serve that 5 days, revocation of your HIDA status for future violations, continue your under advisement status at this point, and continue and complete all terms of probation. You understand that, correct?
Yes.
And you also understand this to be technical violations 1 and 2. Is that correct?
Yes.
And knowing all that, do you want to continue with your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to waive your right to have a contested hearing and enter this plea?
No.
All right, counsel, can you please refer to your client?
Sure. Ms. Campbell, are you currently on probation through the Wyandotte District Court?
Yes.
As a term and condition of your probation, are you to not test positive for any drugs or alcohol?
Yes.
Did you, in fact, test positive for alcohol on May 20th and June 12th of this year?
Yes.
And you understand that that's a direct violation of your probation?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Judge.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea, enter technical violations 1 and 2, and counsel, as to the recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, I would simply just ask for consideration for leniency on behalf of Ms. Campbell. I would like you to know that she is a mother of 4. She works as a certified nursing assistant. She's extremely apologetic for her actions. These were her first violations. She took responsibility for it. She didn't make any excuses whatsoever. I would just ask that any sort of jail time at this time be suspended on her behalf. She's not going to make the same mistake again. I explained to her the consequences of doing so, and she can't put herself at risk of losing her job or her children. So, Judge, I would simply ask for leniency on behalf of Ms. Campbell.
Okay, and so Ms. Campbell, you were sentenced on May 7th, and you received your instructions, correct?
Yes.
And so, what happened that you consumed alcohol on May 20th? Or that you tested positive for alcohol on May 20th?
I have no excuses, Judge. I was in a stressful situation and decided to indulge in having a cup of wine or a couple cups of wine, which I shouldn't have.
And then again, June 12th, last Wednesday, you tested positive. What happened then?
I have no excuses at all, Judge. Usually when I work doubles and I guess I try to unwind, I would have a cup of wine.
Ma'am, that's not listen, if that's how you choose to unwind when you're not under court supervision, that's one thing, but you don't really have that, you don't have that option in this manner. And if you need alcohol, ma'am, to unwind, then perhaps we need to add some additional counseling for you so you can have some coping skills to be able to unwind without alcohol consumption.
Judge, I did just enroll in therapy.
All right. And when did you already have your intake or have you not had that yet?
I go for my intake the 25th. I scheduled my appointment already.
Okay. And what is your work schedule, ma'am?
I basically work 8 days a week, but I have been picking up doubles, so I've been working 5 days a week.
Okay, well, I thought 8 days a week was only a song by the Beatles. How are you working 8 days a week?
I'm sorry. It's 8 shifts and I work 4 days a week. I'm sorry. But it's been 5 days because I've been picking up doubles.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't think I said that right.
No, that's all right. So, ma'am, I can understand that you're a certified nursing assistant, correct?
Yes.
I can understand that's a stressful job, especially when you work in doubles. But you don't have the option of going home and indulging in a glass of wine or 5 or whatever it may be. And so not only did you do that once, literally 2 weeks after you were sentenced, but then you did it a second time. You are not allowed to use any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed based upon your plea and the conditions that were set forth at your sentencing. So what is your schedule this week, ma'am?
I work, I was off yesterday. I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I picked up a shift Friday, and I'm off Saturday and Sunday if I don't pick up a shift.
Okay, so what is your schedule next week?
Next week, I work Monday, I'm off Tuesday, I work Wednesday, I'm off Thursday, I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And how long have you been working there, ma'am?
For 6 or 7 months.
Okay. So you're off Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Of this week?
Yes.
No, I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next week.
No, this week.
This week. I'm only off Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. And what time do you get off work on Friday?
I don't get off until the next day, which will be 7 a.m. in the morning Saturday. So I work from 3 in the afternoon to 7 a.m.
Okay, and so then you don't go in until Monday afternoon?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? Yes, I go in that Monday afternoon.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, ma'am. I'm going to sentence you to 4 days jail. You can report Saturday, June 22nd. You're going to have to take Monday, June 24th off. And then you'll be out early enough on the 25th that you can still make it to your therapy appointment, your intake.
I don't have anybody to keep my kids for 4 days.
Ma'am, you're going to have to make arrangements. I'm accommodating you so that we can work around your work schedule as opposed to having you report tonight. I'm working to accommodate that. You'll have to figure out who's going to be with your kids for 4 days.
I have to miss 4 days of work and on top of find somebody to watch my kids for 4 days?
Yeah. No, you don't have to miss 4 days of work. You're already not working Saturday and Sunday. You have to just schedule off Monday. That's 1 day of work. And you're already off Tuesday.
I usually pick those days up, though, because I'm trying to move.
Ma'am, this court issued very distinct conditions for your probation. Within 2 weeks, you violated once. Then you violated again 2 weeks after that. So, as a result of that, which is technical violations 1 and 2, this court sentencing you to 5 days jail. I'm 4 days. I'm doing 4 days. The recommendation's 5. I'm doing 4. That's why I'm having you report when you get off of work Saturday morning. It'll be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then you'll be released Tuesday, and you can make your intake appointment. I'm giving you 3 days so that you can make arrangements for your children. Which are how old? How old are your children?
11, 9, 7, and 3.
Okay. You have 3 days that you can make those arrangements, ma'am. 3.5 days.
I don't have anybody to keep them.
Who watches them while you're at work?
My sister does, but she works too.
Okay, ma'am. Your choices led you to court. Your choices while you were on probation have now led you into the Wayne County Jail that you're going to report to on June 22nd. You'll have to make arrangements for your children. That's the order of the court. The court will also order probation to be continued and complete all terms of probation, continue your under advisement status, and then you're going to have 30 days on the alcohol tether upon your release, and hideout will be revoked for any future violations. And I will note that your alcohol tether, man, can be through EMS tether, so you don't have to remain in the Wayne County Jail to await the alcohol tether. Anything else?
Not at this time, Judge.
All right, ma'am, please email them to Michelle by 10:30 so she can set up your instructions with you here. Good luck to you. Have a good day. All right, off the record.
Yep. Okay. Go!
Hand me my screen box. Now go. Free. Rah.
Send me a line that verse, Tarek Safa, 24333.
Good morning, Judge. Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Mr. Safa. Mr. Safa, would you please state your name for the...
Tarek Safa.
Okay. Oops. I did not change that. And counsel, can you hear me okay on this or no? Am I kind of quiet?
I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it wasn't my noise. Okay, and so today's the date scheduled for sentencing on your client's plea to an amended charge of disorderly conduct. And counsel, did you have an opportunity to review the report and recommendation with your client?
Yes, I have, Judge, and at this time there's no additions, deletions, or corrections that need to be made, and I would simply just request that the recommendation be adopted on behalf of Mr. Safa. I would like you to know that he's extremely apologetic for his actions. He no way, shape, or form intended to deceive this honorable court or anybody for that matter, but he has taken full responsibility for his actions. I don't believe he has any prior criminal history, so we really are looking forward to the 771.1 status to try and keep this off of Mr. Safa's record. Other than that, Judge, I'd just be asking that the recommendation be adopted, as I do believe it's fair and reasonable.
All right, and so if I recall correctly, sir, you were working and somebody came in to sell some type of yard.
Weed whacker and blower.
Yes, and what is the type? What store do you work at, sir?
Lincoln Park Smokers. It's a small shop.
And you don't typically sell yard items at your location?
He just came. He said his grandma passed away. He just want to sell this one, and I needed one for my house. So I offered him $100. He took it. Then 2 minutes later, the cops came, and I did not know it's stolen.
Okay, so sir, have you ever heard the term, if it's too good to be true, it probably is? right? Who's randomly coming in? I mean, did you know this person?
Yeah, he's a customer.
So did he contact you to say, hey, do you need a weed whacker? I'm bringing one in?
No. It's like he's a customer. He's not a daily customer. He's a customer. I saw him several times. He just brought it in and he said, my grandma, he was crying literally. He said, my grandma passed away. I just need the money for her funeral. And I was looking for one. So I
Did you know you were looking for one?
No.
No, you just happened to drop it on your lap.
Yes, ma'am.
And then here you are.
I'm paying for my stupid mistake, trying to help somebody and backfired at me.
All right, well, so here's what the court's going to do. The court does find that you're eligible under 771.1. So based upon that, there does have to be a term of probation. And so after hearing from counsel, hearing from Mr. Safa, reviewing the report, the recommendation, the court does find that there's reasonable grounds to depart from MCL 769.5. The court's going to place you on probation, sir, for 6 months. You're eligible for early discharge, which means that as long as there aren't any issues, you can apply for early discharge after 3 months, okay? And so the court's going to order you not to violate any criminal law of any unit of government. You're not to leave the court, or not to leave the state without the consent of the court. You are to report truthfully to your probation officer, as the office of your probation officer may require, in person, writing, or virtually. You're to notify your probation officer immediately when you change in address or employment status. And you are obviously not to purchase any stolen items, sir. Right, that's the law anyway, but that's also a condition of probation. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is to make sure that you're just complying with the law. And the court's going to also order you sort of participate in economic crime class. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is so that you can learn what the additional consequences are regarding economic crimes of this nature. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any questions?
No.
Okay, the court's going to order a $300 fine, $100 supervision oversight fee, $100 screening fee, $300 supervision oversight fee. That's $50 a month at 6 months. Since you're eligible for early discharge, some of that money may not be due. Okay.
Okay.
$200 for cost of prosecution, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50. So $925. $1,025. Okay? I'm pretty confident, sir, that you will not be back here or in any other court.
I promise you,
So,
you'll see my face again.
just make sure, sir, that you know, like I said, if it's too good to be true, then it usually is. Okay? All right. All right. Thank you. Please have a seat over in probation. Somebody will be with you shortly.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All right. So we are going to go on the record in the matter of Candace Miller, 232412.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland Grang on behalf of Ms. Miller. Ms. Miller, would you please take
Candace Miller.
Okay, and so today's date is scheduled for probation violation hearing. It's alleged that Ms. Miller violated her probation terms for which she's on probation for operating while impaired by alcohol. She was sentenced on January 25th in this matter. She previously had a probation violation and a bond violation April 16th. And in this matter, it's alleged that Ms. Miller failed to appear for drug testing May 14th, May 30th, and June 6th. And counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. I had an opportunity to speak to Ms. Miller. At this time, we are prepared to waive any sort of contested hearing and enter a guilty plea to the violations.
All right, please raise your right hand, ma'am. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this man to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. And you heard the allegations that were placed on the record, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to those allegations, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea. Specifically,
Yes, Your Honor.
the probation is to revoke probation, close the case without improvement, pay a $50 probation violation fee, serve 10 days jail, and then 60 days on the alcohol tether after you've served your jail time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, if you can please review your client.
Sure. Ms. Miller, are you currently on probation through the Wyandotte District Court?
Yes, sir.
As a term and condition of your probation, are you to test when required to do so through the
Yes,
probation?
sir.
Did you fail to test as ordered on May 14th, May 30th, and June 6th of this year?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that those are violations of your probationary terms, correct?
Yes, sir.
Satisfied, Judge.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea per the plea agreement, per the probation violation. And counsel, as to the recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. I would simply just be asking for consideration for leniency on behalf of Ms. Miller. It's not that she's not testing because she's trying to hide something from this honorable court. She simply just didn't have the money. She's apologetic, but every other test that she has been taking has come back negative. She's not trying to deceive the court in any way. She is employed at this time for a catering service. We did discuss the ramifications of not testing. She understands that could lead to jail time. Moving forward, Judge, I don't believe it's going to be an issue whatsoever. Ms. Miller's going to do everything she can within her power to ensure that she completes all the terms and conditions of her probation. Taking that all into account, I'd be asking for leniency on her behalf, Judge.
Okay, so ma'am, you're saying that you didn't have any money to pay for your tests, correct?
Yes, it is the money for the transportation because I still don't have a vehicle. So that's hard. And then, bills, and I had some stuff break at my house. So I had to pay a plumber $2,000 that I didn't have. So, but I do have tests here. I did test on 5/31, 5/10, and 5/9. I know that's not the 14th. I must have just misheard or missed that because every test I do try to at least make an appearance, even if I'm right at the end or, I'm having trouble getting out of work. But I do fill out this sheet. So I do have that as proof that I went. I don't know if you can see them.
I'm not sure what that is.
That's the on-site substance abuse log that you have to take with you that they sign off on when you test.
Okay, so I'm a little confused. You missed 3 tests, so how could you have had that filled out?
So I don't remember the date, but one of those tests was on a Friday and they closed early on Saturday and I wasn't able to make it in to retest because I came in at 6:45 or 6:42 and they closed at 6:50 on the dot pretty much. And I wasn't able to make it back in and I just couldn't make it back in. It's too hard without having a car and transportation and everything else. But it's no excuse. I did not complete my end of the deal. So,
did you communicate with your probation officer at all about that?
I did not.
Ma'am, if you would have communicated, perhaps there could have been some accommodations made.
Yeah.
So when you didn't communicate, there's a presumption of it being positive, and you were given that information, were you not?
Yes, I was. Yep, I was.
And in February, one of your violations was that you failed to test as ordered.
Yes, Your Honor.
As a result of that, the court had you complete 10 years of community service and increase your testing. And now
Yes.
You've missed 3 tests within a 3-week period.
Yes, I did. You said one of those dates that I missed was 5:30?
Yes.
Okay, I did appear there on 5:31. So I did go the next day.
Okay, and you're familiar with the hours of the testing facility, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you were to test today, what's in your system?
Nothing.
How do you arrange to get back and forth to work?
I'm sorry?
How do you get back and forth to work?
I Uber or I ask friends for rides that are their off days. So on their off days, I go to work. And if all else fails, I have to call the owner of the company and she'll come and grab me and pick me up.
Okay. And so do you have a plan in place, ma'am, that in the event your color gets called, somebody will be able to take you that day?
It's not consistent, so it's different every time for me. So I have to find a ride when I call in and figure it out that day.
Well, ma'am, here's what the court's going to do. This is technical violations 3, 4, and 5. You previously had a violation for the same allegation of failing to appear for a drug test. So the court, at this point, is going to adopt the recommendation. The court's going to order probation to be revoked, $50 probation violation fee, 10 days jail, and the court's going to order 60 days on the alcohol teller upon your release.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so what is your work schedule this week, ma'am?
I work until Friday. I work every day until Friday, and then I have Saturday and Sunday off, and then I work Monday through Friday again.
Okay, well, you're going to have to let your boss know that you're not going to be in there next week because you're going to give me until Friday night to report. What time is your schedule on Friday?
Friday, I should get off by 11 p.m.
11 p.m.?
Yes, 11 p.m.
All right, I'll have your report Saturday, June 22nd, then, ma'am.
Saturday the 22nd, and where do I go?
Yes, you're going to contact Ms. Shaw. She'll tell you where to go. And so you'll be reporting by 10 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, you as well. In the matter of Scott Mowat, 23397. And counsel, your appearance, please.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Mr. Mowat. Mr. Mowat, would you please state your name for the record?
Scott Mowat.
All right, very good, thank you. And today's the date scheduled for probation violation. Mr. Mowat, you are on probation for malicious destruction of property, and it's under 771.1 status. And you had a violation, oh, no, I'm sorry, it's not under 771.1 status. You were sentenced April 24th. You had a violation hearing. I'm slightly confused because my stamp shows April 1st, but he hadn't even been sentenced yet. That must have been May 1st. Where you pled guilty to a probation violation, we adjusted the pay date, modified the testing location, managed in jail for any future violations. Now it's alleged that you tested positive for alcohol May 3rd, May 24th, failed to appear for drug testing June 11th, and tested positive for alcohol on June 12th. And so, counsel, what's happening today?
Yes, Your Honor, and after speaking with Mr. Mowat, we are prepared to waive any sort of contested hearing and enter a guilty plea to the allegations.
It was May, that's why I'm just confused. It was April 24th of 2023. You were sentenced April 1st of 2024 is when there was a probation violation hearing, and that was for technical violations 1 through 10. All right, sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. And, sir, you heard the allegations that were placed on the record, correct?
Correct.
As to those allegations, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And do you understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea?
Yes, I do.
All right. And specifically that the recommendation is for probation to be revoked, continue your monthly payments because there's restitution owed to the victim in this matter, and serve 15 days jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right. And counsel, you can please start your client.
Sure. Mr. Mowat, are you currently on probation through the Wyandotte District Court?
Yes, I am.
As a term and condition of your probation, are you to not test positive for any drugs or alcohol?
Correct.
Did you in fact test positive for alcohol on May 3rd, May 24th, and June 12th of this year?
Yes, I did.
And as a term and condition of your probation, are you to drug test and alcohol test when ordered to do so?
Yes.
Did you fail to test as ordered on June 11th of this year?
Yes.
Satisfied. And you understand that those are all violations of your probation, correct?
I understand.
All right. Satisfied, Judge.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the probation violation, indicate technical violations 11, 12, 13, and 14. Will enter, and counsel adds to the recommendation.
Your Honor, Mr. Mowat is extremely apologetic. He admits that he has a problem currently where he's working. I guess alcohol is rampant. He has a drinking problem. While he's been on probation, he has completed his community service. He does start his anger management course, I believe, next week or this week. If anything, Judge, I would just be asking for leniency on behalf of my client at this time.
Where is it that you work, sir?
I work at a fancy restaurant in Eastern Market. It's called, can I have an opportunity to explain something?
Sure.
All right. I worked at, my last probation violation, the restaurant expanded another 3,000 feet. So I'm responsible for maintaining the entire restaurant. I realized, just in the last couple of weeks, the place is such a party atmosphere, like Mardi Gras. I should not be in a bar whenever people are partying. It's just I'm an alcoholic. So if I can work during the day hours, it's the party atmosphere is so extreme there. The temptation, I'll admit, it's just too much temptation. So I would not want to close the bar anymore. I mean, I can work during day hours, but after 9 o'clock at night, I have no business being around that crowd. And I come to that realization, I have no business to be in a local bar. So I would like to make arrangements with my employer to change my hours where I'm not closing the bar not every night until 2 a.m. That's just, I don't need to be around a big party atmosphere. That's been recently been I realize that's my problem. I do not need to be around a big party crowd with all the temptation. It's not going to work for me. It has nothing to do with contempt of court or the probation rules. And I do have one request, for whatever jail time I'm sentenced to. If I could start on Monday, I can take care of my affairs, and I'll be more than glad to, do whatever jail time that you find appropriate. That's my only request.
Okay. And so, sir, when did you received a copy of this recommendation, correct?
Excuse me?
You received a copy of the violation or the recommendation, right?
I just filled out one form.
No, sir, you were notified as to what your violations were, correct?
Oh, yes, I received a letter.
Okay. And when did you receive that letter?
I believe I picked it up when I was at the house on Friday.
At the house on Electric?
No, that's a previous address. My address is on Mulberry Street.
The one in Southgate?
Correct.
Okay. So you're aware as to what the possible penalty was. And, sir, this is violation 11, 12, 13, and 14. I'm not necessarily leaning towards giving you until Monday. Given your alcohol consumption and the issues you have with alcohol, and that there's 3 allegations that you failed or that you tested positive for alcohol in these matters, and your previous violations are failing to submit to drug testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those times. The court's not inclined to give you until Monday, sir.
Well, my wife is flying in from Missouri today. If I could start Friday, would even be perfect. I just want to get her into an apartment in her own vehicle.
Well, why wouldn't she be staying at the house with you?
Her father died, and she just completed selling his estate yesterday.
Okay, so does she live in Missouri, or does she?
She's flying back here tonight.
Okay, so she was just in Missouri to handle her dad's affairs?
Going through probate court.
Okay.
And it was very time consuming.
And so you're saying she's flying back today, but you need to get her set up in an apartment. Why wouldn't she just return to the home?
We don't have one. I don't have a home for her right now. She's been gone.
Why wouldn't she be living with you?
Because she was in Missouri for the last almost 10 months.
Sir, you reside in Southgate, correct?
Yes.
So.
Well, that's basically more of a mailing address for me. I don't really stay there very often.
Well, where do you live?
In the restaurant where I work.
You live in the restaurant?
I stay at the restaurant because I have to take 3 buses downriver and 3 buses in the morning to get back there, so I've just been staying in a restaurant.
Well, sir, your wife was handling her dad's estate in Missouri for the last 10 months. I'm sure that she can navigate the apartment process. The court's going to have your report today. The court's going to revoke probation. The court's going to order 15 days jail. You're going to continue your monthly payments on restitution, specifically restitution. You'll have an opportunity to contact your boss while you're in custody, sir, and then the $50 probation violation fee was waived. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay, but when do I start my custody? I said I just need 1 day or so to take care of my affairs.
No, you're going today. You're going out this door. I said you'll have an opportunity to contact your boss, sir, to let them know that you can, you'll be able to return there next week, at the end of next week, upon your release.
So, excuse me, how many days am I being sentenced to?
15 days.
15 days.
Yes. All right. Thank you. You're going with the officer over here. All right, let's go off the record. Okay, and then who's this person? Going to go on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Angela Salazar. 24801-23606 A and B. And Detective Carr, I know that you're only here on the felony matter, and so if you could please state your name for the record, please.
Good afternoon, or good morning, Your Honor. Detective Joseph Carr, Wyandotte Police Department. Your Honor, on June 17th, about 2:15 a.m., officers reported they observed a Jeep Patriot traveling in the area of Antwine and 23rd at a high rate of speed. The vehicle continued northbound 4th Street and then southbound 4th Street, where officers reported the vehicle had a defective rear tail light lens. Officers further noted that per lien SOS, the vehicle indicated the vehicle was uninsured. Officers initiated a traffic stop in the area of Fort and Rosedale and made contact with the driver, later identified as defendant Angelito Salazar. Defendant failed to provide officers with any form of identification or paperwork for the vehicle and appeared to be evasive towards officers. The defendant provided officers with a false name where he's asked to exit the vehicle for further investigation. Officers reported that the defendant refused to exit the vehicle and became verbally combative and refused to comply with any of the officers' commands to exit the vehicle and showing signs of actively resisting by clinching the steering wheel of the vehicle. Officers then attempted to physically extract the defendant from the vehicle where he continued to physically resist and struggle with officers. Officers deployed short bursts of 3+P pepper spray to the defendant where he was subsequently removed from the vehicle and placed under arrest. Officers located the defendant's wallet and driver's license on the ground near the vehicle. Per Lino SOS, the defendant had several outstanding warrants, including 2 felony warrants of the Third Circuit Court. Inside the defendant's wallet, officers reported they recovered a cellophane bag containing cocaine, which was later field tested and confirmed to be cocaine.
All right, upon examination of the complaining witness, the court finds that the offenses charged were committed and there's probable cause the defendant committed those offenses. And we're going to go off the record for just one moment and then we're going to continue. Just one moment, please. And so we're back on the record in the matter of Angelito Salazar. And counsel, your appearance, please.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Mr. Salazar.
All right. And Mr. Salazar.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Can you please? Can you hear me back there? Wyandotte Jail, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Salazar, I ask if you could please state your name for the record.
Oh, yes, Angelito Salazar.
All right. And so, counsel, we have the misdemeanor matter that your client failed to appear for back on June 14th of 2023. And we also have the felony matter that he's here for now. And so, as to both of those matters, counsel, what are we doing with the arraignment?
Yes, Judge. At this time, we are prepared to waive a formal reading. My client stands mute. We'd ask that a not guilty plea be entered in at this time.
Okay. As to the misdemeanor, possession of controlled substance, the court's going to waive the formal reading, enter plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. And we're going to schedule this matter for July 3rd. To the felony matter, the court's going to waive the formal reading. Sir, you have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford to retain an attorney, the court will appoint one to represent you. You've had an opportunity to speak to an attorney today, is that correct?
Yes.
You also have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury, and you also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing may be used against you in court. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
The court's going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Schedule this matter for a probable cause conference, June 28th at 9 a.m. at the 28th District Court. Counsel, the court's also going to note that it has signed the petition for a court-appointed attorney for felony matters, and counsel asked to bond.
Yes, Your Honor. I would like you to know that Mr. Salazar currently is residing in Lincoln Park with one son. He is divorced. He has a son and a daughter. He gets his daughter on the weekend. He currently is employed full-time at Geronimo Lawn Services, where he's been working for roughly 7 years. He's working as a foreman, and he works about 6 days a week. After speaking with him at length this morning regarding appearing, he understands the importance of doing so. He knows that he has some things that he needs to get cleared up. So I would just that all that be taken into account, Your Honor, when assessing a bond on behalf of Mr. Salazar.
All right. And so, Mr. Salazar.
Yes, ma'am.
If you were to test today, what's in your system?
I'm sorry?
If you were to test today, what is in your system?
Marijuana, Suboxone.
Do you have a valid prescription for either one of those medications, sir?
No.
Okay. And, sir, you do have a number of matters that you seem to have handled last year in 2023 that you had previously failed to appear on. And so, are you currently on probation for those matters, or have those matters been concluded?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Are you currently on probation, sir, or were those matters concluded?
No, I was on probation. Those matters have not been concluded, no.
You're still currently on probation?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, that's interesting because it shows as though you were sentenced to 1 year probation, so why are you still on probation if that would have been May 2020?
I'm sorry, I never got on probation from here. I was on probation when that case had happened. I was on the Lincoln Park probation when that case in 2023 happened. I haven't taken care of this case in 2023 from wind up. I have not.
Well, I understand that.
I apologize for that. I'm sorry, Your Honor. That's my fault. It's my timing. It's on me. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, well, that isn't really my question. My question is, the matters that you were on probation for, I show a breaking and entering illegal entry out of Redford. And then I also show 2019 for a felony embezzlement. You're on probation for 3 years. I'm not sure if that was concluded, as well as
Yes,
a and then also, and so that was out of Dearborn, then out of Detroit, a domestic violence and 1 year probation. Are you still currently on probation for all of those matters?
No, I completed the 3 year. I'm only on probation for the domestic violence. And that's what I believe I have the warrant for in the Third Circuit Court.
Okay.
But I've completed 2 probation terms already.
Okay, well, sir, why do you have a warrant out for your arrest for probation for your domestic violence?
I'm sorry, say that again?
You said that you have a warrant for your arrest on the probation violation.
Yes, because I missed my payments. So the Third Circuit Court Judge Kuzik, I missed my payment to complete my probation, and he wanted to see me for that. That's what the warrant's for on the Third Circuit.
Well,
So I missed my ticket.
I'm going to guess the little W next to your name when I search up your name here in the Third Circuit Court shows you have 3 warrants for your arrest, sir, for probation violation purposes. And you
Probation violation.
Sir, you were
Sorry,
supposed
probation
to
violation.
Sir, please stop talking for a moment. You were supposed to have appeared on your Third Circuit Court case number 2000361 on November of 2023, November 29th specifically, and you did not do that.
No. No, Your Honor, I did not. And that's why I have to go and see him.
Well, why haven't you done that so far, sir?
Yeah, it's very hard. Working 6 days a week, it's really hard.
Well, also on 200004046, you have a warrant for your failure to appear, as well as the 19008514. So, first of all, sir, you should consider yourself fortunate that you were not sent to prison on your habitual offender 4th offense, quite frankly.
Yes, I've been aware of that.
You're currently on probation. You've failed to appear for your probation violation, and now here you are. You've also failed to appear on your charge from 2023, which is a possession charge, which is, surprise, surprise, the same thing you're here on for your felony matter. You also have a warrant out of Southgate for probation violation that you failed to appear for, as well as another one out of Lincoln Park for possession of narcotics. That's from 2022. From California, they're going to appear in that matter and pay on, it looks like, a show cause. You failed to pay on an ordinance violation. Date of that warrant was 2022. And then the Third Circuit Court matters that we just addressed. That's a number of warrants for your arrest or for failure to appear. So, I can assure you, sir, that there will not be a personal bond. So, the fact that you're currently on probation and you have failed to appear for your probation violation matters, the 3 Circuit Court matters, as well as a matter in 25th District Court and the 28th District Court, and you failed to appear here in this court. Detective, would you like to address that?
Your Honor, I would recommend $1,000 cash bond to again reassure the defendant's next court date, and I'd ask the court to take into consideration matters that we just spoke about regarding his failure to comply on some of these matters in other jurisdictions and in the Third Circuit, Your Honor.
All right. Well, here's what the court's going to do. I heard what Detective Carr requested for a bond, and the court also heard Mr. Westmoreland's request for the court to take various matters into consideration. The court is going to also note that this is also another habitual offender 4th offense notice with the other matters as well. And the court is based on Mr. Salazar's significant failure to appear history, not only in this court, but in 2 other district courts, as well as 3 matters in the circuit court, Third Circuit Court. The court's going to order a $25,000 cash bond. In the event bond is posted, GPS tethered through the Wayne County Jail. You're not to possess and consume alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed. Sir, you can't continue to fail to appear in court. That's on the 24801. On the 23606 A and B matters, the court's going to order a $5,000 10% bond on both A and B. Not to possess or consume alcohol or drugs unless prescribed, which you're already not allowed to do anyway based on your probation terms and the law. But nonetheless, here we are. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, have a good day. Awesome. On the record, in the matter of the state of Michigan versus T. Marius Vincent Jackson Raimondo. 24804. And Detective, your name for the record, please.
Detective Steve Sable, Wyandotte Police Department Detective Bureau.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you sign?
I do.
All right, thank you. You may proceed on the warrant.
Thank you and good afternoon, Your Honor. On 6/16 of this year at approximately 0050 hours, almost 1 o'clock in the morning, Wyandotte officers were dispatched to the area of 5 County of Wayne in the state of Michigan concerning a group of juveniles seen breaking into parked vehicles. Upon arrival, officers Sloan, Saltzman, Tyler Grove, Gardaki, and Rasmussen were flagged down by the caller, and officers were given a description and direction of travel of the group of persons. Officers located the males, 2 of them were juveniles, that will remain not identified for this recorded record, and T. Marius Vincent Jackson Raimondo, who's an adult. Tamarius had a black backpack on and was instructed to remove the bag. Inside the bag was a loaded 9mm stolen pistol, later identified as belonging to victim Loftus. This pistol was stolen from his Ford F-150 pickup truck that was parked in his girlfriend's driveway at 881 Clinton Street in the city. Furthermore, 6 financial transaction devices, all belonging to Mr. Loftus with his name on it, were also in Tamarius's possession. In all, 6 known vehicles were broken into. All 3 males were arrested and processed at the station. The juveniles were released to their parents, and Tamarius was held. Tamarius was receiving and concealing the known stolen firearm while carrying the concealed weapon, committing the theft of the firearm from the motor vehicle, in fact, did steal and was in possession of the credit cards owned by victim Loftus, was armed and carrying the firearm during the larceny, and also the possession of the firearm during the receiving and concealing, and armed with a stolen firearm during the theft of the financial devices. Thank you, Your Honor.
Upon examination of the witness that find the offenses charged were committed, there's probable cause to believe the defendant committed those offenses. Counsel, your appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Judge. Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Mr. Jackson Raimondo.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Jackson Raimondo, your name for the record, please.
My name is Tamarius Vincent Jackson Raimondo, ma'am.
Okay, and counsel, as to the arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we are prepared to waive a formal reading. My client stands mute.
All right, sir. The court's going to waive the formal reading, and you have the following rights. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford one, the court will appoint one to represent you. And in fact, you've had an opportunity to speak to an attorney today. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You also have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury. You also have the right to remain silent, anything used orally or in writing being used against you in court. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
All right, the court's going to enter a plea of not guilty, and we have scheduled this matter for probable cause conference on June 28th at the 28th District Court at 9 a.m. And as to bond counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. I would like you to know that my client's 18 years old. He just graduated high school last week. He is looking to attend college in the fall at Wayne State. He has no other pending matters at this time. He plans to start working on Monday at the Westland. After speaking with him, he did assure me he would be appearing on all future court dates. He does understand the importance of making sure he does appear. So I would just ask that all that be taken into account in assessing a bond.
Sir, where is it that you live?
I stay in Ecorse. Ma'am.
And how long have you lived there, sir?
I lived there about almost 3 months, 4 months now. It's where my mother stay at.
Who lives there with you?
My mother.
And where did you graduate from, sir?
I graduated from Ecorse High School.
And how long has it been since you lived in Southgate?
You said how long was the last time I lived in Southgate?
Yes.
It's been about 8 months, almost a year.
Are you currently out on bond in any other jurisdiction, sir?
Can you repeat yourself, please?
Are you out on bond in any other jurisdiction?
Are you out on bond in any other jurisdiction?
No.
Have you ever failed to appear in court for any reason?
No.
And you're not on probation or parole anywhere, sir?
I am on probation, but that's under my kid when I was 16.
You're on probation?
Yeah, when I was 16. Well, I'm on probation still. I have 3 more months of probation, but that was when I was 16. When I was 16, that's why I got caught with the charge.
And how long have you been on probation, sir?
I've been on probation for almost a year, and then this is last 3 months.
And you were set to start work when?
You said, can you repeat yourself again?
When are you set to start work, sir?
I was supposed to start work Monday.
Oh, yesterday? And where was that?
Can you repeat yourself again?
Where was that, sir?
It's in Westland. Yeah, I was supposed to serve. I was supposed to be serving food to the patients.
In Westland. Where located, sir?
I don't have the exact location because I don't have my phone on me, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, did you go there for your interview?
Yeah, literally, my uncle works there too, so he helped me get the job there.
Detective, would you like to address that?
Yes, Your Honor. At almost 1 o'clock in the morning, pulling on door handles is one thing, but with a stolen firearm, I think it's pretty severe, and I think it's reasonable for $10,000 cash. A GPS tether, if Tamarius is able to post. Tamarius is to not possess firearms or any other illegal weapon. And lastly, not to have any contact with victim Loftus or any other victim in this case that's still being investigated, even by third-party intermediary. Thank you, Your Honor.
The court, based upon the nature of the charges, the current probation status of Mr. Jackson Raimondo, and to ensure the safety of the public, the court finds that a cash bond would be appropriate in this matter. The court is going to order a $50,000 10% bond with the following bond conditions. Not to have any contracts with Zion Loftus or any other victim that's been named or is yet to be named regarding these allegations. That's phone contact, text message, email, social media, third party, anything of the like. You're not to enter the premises at the home on Hudson Street or Clinton Street. You are not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed, which you can't do anyway because you're under the age of 21. You're not to possess or have access to any firearms and or any weapons. That includes ammunition. In the event bond is posted, you are to have a GPS tethered to the Wayne County Jail house arrest. Any questions?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a nice day, Your Honor.
You as well, thank you.
Thank you.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke. We need an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Joke. Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed? We're gonna start bringing people in person. People gonna learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
I have no patience for that. And trust me, out of the day, I'm the one that needs a drink.